This is CES, the largest tech expo in the world, filled with thousands of crazy new launches. And as someone who has gone to CES the last 3 years, I've narrowed down this year's top 12 products that I'd seriously consider owning. So let me show you what they are and how they fit into everyday life. First up is this air purifier that uses no filter and only runs by using a water purification system. I immediately put my hand over the top because my first thought was, if it's using water to purify, how is it not soaking your ceiling or the air? The thing that surprised me the most with it was if I'm more than 2 inches above where that water was coming out, my hand wasn't even wet at all, even if I held it there for 10 seconds. My biggest problem with air purifiers in general is how often you have to change that filter and go buy new ones, and you kind of have to keep an eye on it and make sure that that filter is always clean. So if there's a product where I don't need the hassle and I still get amazing purification with no downside, of course I want to get my hands on one of those. Product number 2 is definitely a bit of a fun luxury. It is this luggage that doubles as a scooter. Now you might be thinking, why in the world would I want that? Well, some airports are very, very large and lots of people have mobility issues in airports. You might need to get someone to pull you around. You might need to just walk slowly or take breaks if you're walking across large portions of an airport. Or maybe you're like me and you show up to the airport last minute anyways, and sometimes you're in a little bit more of a hurry than you wanted. Well, you can just sit on the back of this luggage and literally just ride it around like a scooter. It still has a ton of storage inside for actual luggage. The battery itself doesn't really take up too much of the space. It's pretty easy to control, just like an electric scooter where you've got a throttle and a brake, and you can obviously just turn it by turning the knobs or kind of using your feet on the ground. It is pretty low to the ground. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's honestly super fun to use as well. So not only does it have that benefit in some of these use cases here, but it also gives you some fun at the airport, and it's of course TSA approved. Now next up, I was in Samsung's area, and they have all sorts of different new technology with their TVs coming out. One of the coolest ones I thought was the layered audio. So you can basically use their smart features built in, talk to the TV through the remote, and tell it to amplify one layer of audio over another. Here, take a listen and see what it's like.
Shot from distance. Oh, that was beaten.
So yeah, if you're watching something like a sports game and you want to just turn off the announcers, you could easily do something like that. If you want to turn down the crowd noise and just listen to the announcers, you can of course do something like that. There is all sorts of different variations you can do to play around with this and really get those audio settings exactly how you want them. I converted over to using a Kindle instead of regular books a few years ago now, but one of the biggest problems is actually holding the Kindle. Now, of course, if you're on an airplane or you're sitting in a chair, it's not really that big of a deal, but if you're laying in bed and holding a Kindle above you, the grip is a little bit tricky on it, and it does feel like it can kind of slip. So at CES, I saw this product where it's basically a strap for your Kindle. It sounds super obvious, but it's one of those things that's like, why didn't I think of that idea? It was also recently featured on Shark Tank Australia, and when I got my hands on one, it's basically as simple as it looks. You put your hand through the strap on the back, and then your Kindle is tied to your hand, so you don't have to worry about actually gripping the sides of the Kindle, especially if you have a larger one and it might take up to 2 hands to do so. And instead, it's just kind of strapped onto your hand and ready to be used. Simple, but brilliant. I've tested all sorts of different portable monitors over the last few years, from single ones to touchscreen ones to double portable monitors or triple portable monitors or whatever you want in the realm of portable monitors. I've tested them all, besides this unique one I saw at CES. Now this is a double portable monitor, or you could call it a triple, depending on how you're calculating the number of screens. There's a screen on your left and on your right with your laptop sitting in the middle. But one of the coolest things about this one is that if you don't want all of those monitors at some point, the system is actually modular, so you can take off one of those monitors, slap on one of their other attachments, for example, this phone magnet that you're seeing in the video, and just magnetize your phone to the other side so that you have 2 monitors and your phone set up. If you're someone like me who works on their phone, this is super helpful. One of the largest categories of things we can't recycle right now is plastic, and at CES, I actually found a potential solution for this. Now, a few months before CES, I actually tested out this product called the Mill. It's a food recycling machine where basically you can throw any sorts of food scraps into it, and overnight it heats those up and blends them down into a compost for your garden. And this plastic recycling machine I saw at CES reminded me of something similar. Obviously it's not turning into compost, but with this plastic recycling machine, you can feed all of your plastic into it. It heats it up and crumbles it into essentially a ball. And then they're working with companies to get these balls of plastic actually recycled, so you can go ahead and ship them out and start recycling your plastic. I think it's pretty obvious the use case of this one and how important something like this is. So I'm hoping they get out of their testing stages soon and I can actually get my hands on one of these and test it out, because I would love to recycle my plastic and save the environment. Now, of course, at CES, there were tons of different robots for everything you could imagine this year. So here's a couple that I found to be super valuable use cases. The first one of them is gonna be this robot that actually plays tennis with you. Now, I'm not a tennis player, so something like this isn't great for me, but if you're trying to learn tennis, if you're trying to play tennis and you don't have anyone to play with, this robot fully plays with you, and when you hit the ball towards it, it'll adjust its position to grab the ball and hit it back to you every single time. I think the technology behind that is amazing, and I love that it makes the sport more accessible for people who want to just play on their own without hitting against a wall. The next robot I found super interesting is this one that actually plays chess with you. There are all sorts of difficulties, from super easy to extremely difficult to the point where no human could beat them, and in fact they were actually offering a free one at CES if you were able to beat it on the hardest setting. That's how confident they are that the robot is very good at the highest levels. So if you're someone who's looking to get into chess or get better at chess or practice chess against, well, a robot, once again I found it to just be incredible technology. The second after you move one of your pieces, it basically thinks really quickly and then moves one of its pieces on its own, and when it captures a piece, it's able to drag it to the side as well and really just put it in its place. And then once the game ends, it also resets the entire board, setting it all up for you so you're ready to play again. Pretty incredible. And our final robot before we move on to the next category of products is this one that actually cleans your shoes for you. So you put your shoes into this and you can run it multiple times a day. You close the door and it's going to fully wash and fully sanitize your shoes. There are cycles as quick as a 5-minute cycle if you're just kind of running in and out really quickly and want to give it a quick sanitation with something like a UV light, or you can run a full 3 or 4 hour clean cycle where it's going to fully clean and scrub your shoes. Now I know you can put your shoes in a washing machine and clean them, but I always find this to be a hassle, and also washing machines take up a ton of water, so unless you're running it with a full load of clothes or a whole bunch of shoes, you're probably wasting a ton of water cleaning your shoes right now. And also your shoes may bang around or the laces might get caught. There's all sorts of issues with washing shoes right now, so I'm excited to try out this shoe washing technology. I'm sure either you or someone very close in your life likes to buy different purses so that when they're wearing specific outfits, they can match their purse to the outfit, or just match their purse to the vibe of wherever they're going. Something casual, something formal, everything in between. So at CES, I came across this purse that has an LED screen on the front connecting to an app, which means you can actually switch that LED screen to be any design that you want. So if you want one simple color, easy, just click one button. If you want to go and create any sort of design or put a picture up there or anything that you want, it also just swaps out to the purse in a few seconds. I think it's a pretty great solution to buying tons of different purses and trying to match them to every outfit and situation, because this one purse now can match you at all times. Another thing I've tested pretty thoroughly over the years and also use inside of my house are projectors. Now, projectors have been increasingly getting better over time in terms of resolution, frame rates, and even some cooler new technologies where they have keystone correction. So if you're sliding them up and down a wall, they're gonna just adjust their picture to be perfectly square every time you put them somewhere. But at CES, I came across these new projectors that also automatically fit whatever screen they're projected onto, which means you no longer have to manually zoom or try to adjust or bring the projector in and out and closer to those screens in order to get it to perfectly fit. It's now just going to read the size of the screen, do some
calculations on its own and project to exactly the screen size, also ignoring the bezels that might be on the screen. That's one of the biggest hassles with projectors right now, so I love that there's a fix coming for it. And last up is this little clip that actually attaches onto your glasses, giving you real-time overlays when you're watching TV, movies, sports, or pretty much anything. So for example, you can watch a basketball game with this on your glasses, and then it will project some stats and information based on what you set up and what you're looking at. So you could have it tell you the stat line for every player who touches the ball. So when they catch the ball, the stat pops up above their head, so you can see that player has 10 points, 4 rebounds. If you're watching something like a movie, maybe you want the characters' names above their head because you forgot their actual name or the actor's name. There are all sorts of use cases for projecting real-time information that it's actually reading from the screen. So I'm sure you can also think of a dozen cases where this would be awesome. Now, most of these products are still in a bit of testing or later into their production phases, but once any of them are released, I'm definitely gonna get my hands on them and post a review about them. If there's a specific one you want me to review as soon as possible, let me know down in the comments. But in the meantime, I also tested some of the best-selling AI gadgets on the market, and if you wanna see me break down those and let you know which one is best and which ones are worth purchasing, I did it all in this video right here.